Oh! After all the drama, his standee makes an appearance?
After I give Sharam Dada back to him, it'll be over and done with. Goodbye, my Sharam Dada.
Hey, why did you bring him here?
Here's to a new beginning. And one day, I hope you'll forgive me, Sir Martin.
I am 7 years old. No, soon we're going to be 8.
The Busbys are back.
Everybody's growing up. Quints are getting older.
Who my teeth?
Oh my goodness.
Blake's getting older.
Tell mommy to relax.
Relax.
Still chaotic. But how often do things go perfectly?
Not often.
Outdaughtered starts Thursday, February 15 on TLC.
Feel it? Feel it? The anticipation, the pulse of the game, it's coming. Something monumental. Get ready for the NRL season 2024. Get ready to witness history in the making.
The TVWan News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Good evening. Welcome to TVWan News. I'm Maricela Kelaton.
And I'm Rex Litter. Join me for your sporting details later in the bulletin.
In this edition, PSC is given full charge of subordinates' behavior. Gordon Secondary says no more space. And Matthias makes an impression at Hunter's training. Police station commanders are now responsible for molding and changing the behavior of policemen and women under their command. This was announced by the National Capital District Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika during the 2024 NCD parade today in Port Moresby.
City Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika said the best strategy that the police will now take is to direct the responsibility to the police station commanders to change the behaviors of their police officers. Sika said this during the 2024 NCD Police Parade in Port Moresby today. He said by doing this, policemen and women will improve themselves. Sika said the NCD command is going through a structural change and has given strong responsibility to the police station commanders due to the unforeseen unrest on the 10th of January 2024.
To every zone commander and every unit commanders to step up and deal with our members who are involving in unprecedented behavioral attitudes. It's 2024. We started off with a wrong foot. Having this parade is basically to get back to you and talk to you. Advise you, come back to the houseman where you're supposed to be. your ethics, your mandated duties. Do your job properly.
Sika said it has taken years to rebuild the RPNGC image, but the good image was lost during the unrest. Therefore, it is timely that the police station commanders must step up and instill tough measures on police personnel to bring back the good image.
I'm going to step my foot down very, very hard. It took us many years to build our reputation and integrity to where we are. But you damaged and you destroyed us. That is why the air is going to be tough going forward.
Meanwhile, Acting Commissioner of Police Peter Guinness said police play an important role in providing security to the community, and it is their responsibility now to restore confidence by firstly changing their behaviors.
Now appreciate the fact that, ladies and gentlemen, we play a very, very important role in addressing law and order and issue of prevention and protection of life and property. We have a very important task.
Tracy Pa, TVWan News.
Meanwhile, Assistant Police Commissioner Peter Guinness urges police personnel to refrain from taking part in the vote of no confidence, which will occur next week when the Parliament resumes. Guinness said police officers who are affiliated with a particular member of Parliament must be diligent in performing their job and not to take part in politics. He said members who are found in the Parliament premises will be dealt with administratively.
Vote of no confidence is coming up next week when the Parliament resumes. You said member established or any of the person who sub number player who are affiliated to one particular member or whoever, you lose it. You can't you walk play, you police threat. Because we have done our part. We elected our leaders and they are now in Parliament. And it is their duty and responsibility. All the voting musad, they want to cross the floor, they want to go left, they want to go right, and something blow and business blow. It's got nothing to do with you and me. Now community and all public, if let's stop the harem and talk to me. So she got vote of no confidence, larem all parliamentarians walking walk blow.
Military officers will be taking on the responsibility of commanding operations on behalf of provincial police commanders in Enga, Hela, and Southern Highlands provinces. This was announced by Police Commissioner David Manning during a police press conference held yesterday in Port Moresby.
The continuous tribal warfare in Enga, Hela, and Southern Highlands need to come to a halt. A concerned Commissioner of Police David Manning said during a press conference yesterday. Manning said the new arrangement was established and agreed upon by the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary and PNG Defence Force to allow military officers to take on the responsibility of commanding operations on behalf of the provincial police commander in the three provinces.
The operation level, the Commodore and I have discussed how we can bring about more effective, more competent and confident leadership whenever the Defence Force is called on to assist the RPNGC in these three provinces. We have explored options to engage military officers to take on the responsibility of commanding operations on behalf of PPCs in these three provinces, and we will be closely working with to ensure that our legal requirements are fulfilled before we put pen to paper.
Manning said the law and order situation in this country has significantly changed in the past 20 years. Therefore, it has compelled on the RPNGC to call on PNGDF for assistance.
The environment or landscape in this country has significantly changed. It is not the law and order situation that we have grown accustomed to or have had to deal with in the last 20 years. In fact, in the last decade, it has compelled us to continue to call on the PNGDF to assist us.
The Commissioner said the first approach they will be taking is the deployment of the first batch, the Komul 23, to the affected provinces.
We look at towards the end of this quarter to have the first deployment of a COML 23 detachment deployed to assist or work alongside the PNGDF and assist with our provincial commands.
Meanwhile, Chief of Defense Commodore Philip Polewara said the PNGDF has been supporting the RPNGC since 2018 to address issues in the three provinces.
Some concern to the PNGDF. I think we've been there since 2018 supporting the Royal Papua New Constabulary, and we would like to see at least some end in sight. We are not going to continue like this forever because it is taking up resources.
Commodore Polewara says a plan is underway for the PNGDF to deploy military personnel to the provinces. Tracy Pa, TVWan News.
Port Moresby General Hospital hosted its dedication service for staff at its HR lawn last Friday. They disclosed its 2024 annual implementation plan. The plan was delivered to the hospital board. The plan engages and informs the various hospital sectors of the hospital mission and vision in order to achieve goals captured in the National Health Corporate Plan 2021 to 2030 and government objectives.
The Port Moresby General Hospital is among many public service institutions that organize the dedication service for its staff. PMG Heads at its dedication service delivered its 2024 annual implementation plan in the presence of hospital board members. The plan outlines the mission and vision of the country's largest referral health facility and how it can achieve the goals written out in the 10-year National Health Corporate Plan. Acting Secretary for Health, Ken Y, used the occasion to thank public and private partners who have supported the work of the hospital. He said the overall vision for the National Health Plan is to protect all Papua New Guineans so they are healthy and to increase the lifespan from 65 to 80 years of age.
All these partners, Kumul Petroleum, and all our partners, Bandel Foundation, and everyone who commit to help PMGH as well as Department of Health, all our UN organizations, all our development partners, all our NGOs who continue to be with us. Because our vision in National Health Plan is for every Papua New Guinean to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And we have a lifespan of 65.4, but we want to increase it to 80 years.
Mr. Y said PMG Heads is the premier hospital of Papua New Guinea and has met new national health standards that place it as a Level 6 facility. He thanked the board and management for having a corporate plan in place with clear policies that demand high standards in duty of care.
And I want to commend PMGH for developing, commend the board and the management for developing the corporate plan to implement the National Health Plan as well as our IA policies, which is the Vision 2050 and our MTDP 24 to government's MTDP 24 to 27. All standards has to be tested in Port Moresby General Hospital. Meaning that when it comes to every standards, the clinical standards, because a lot of people are sick of Papua New Guinea and Port Moresby General Hospital. So when it comes to standards of medicine, when it comes to standards of practice, when it comes to standards of nursing, when it comes to standards of technology, when it comes to...
Meanwhile, the acting health secretary emphasized the need for a hospital for Central Province to address other healthcare needs while PMG Heads can be left to perform its responsibilities as a referral and training hospital.
As well as NCD, you must work him out, blaming. You must make him work good so that this senior specialist hospital does not become like a health center where we...
Jane Budo, TVWan News.
98 nurses have been recruited on short-term contracts by the Port Moresby General Hospital to address the acute shortage of nursing staff. Port Moresby General Hospital Chief Executive Officer Dr. Paki Malumi highlighted the urgent need to bolster the nursing workforce of 800 to meet the demand for quality patient care, which necessitates 3,000 nurses. The STC nurses contract spans 6 months, with efforts underway to establish permanent positions in collaboration with the Department of Personnel Management. Dr. Mulumi highlighted plans to recruit 200 nurses annually over the next 6 years, aiming to reach 2,000 nursing staff by 2030. Specialized nursing curricula are in development, fostering career pathways for nurses in various specialties. Deputy Director Nursing Administration Victor Vettari emphasized the importance of enhanced staff management engagement for institutional advancement. An orientation program was conducted recently to familiarize recruits with PMGH's operations and protocols, ensuring seamless integration into the healthcare system. Mary Stella Kelleton, TVWan News. This is TVWan News. After the break, secondary school reports no more space in the University of Papua New Guinea begins orientation week.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Laga, Bunyamyumi.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Open Maps. Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Haren Tok Young or roll a scale rice family meal with talk. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's a favorite by miles. Seni Sigola scale rice low scale price. Seni Sigola scale rice low scale price. But you like him? Superstition ain't the way.
Feel it? Feel it? The anticipation, the pulse of the game, it's coming. Something monumental. Get ready for the NRL season 2024. Get ready to witness history in the making.
This season, the Bunce family are taking the ultimate risk.
There's no investors, there's no third party.
We're paying for it ourselves.
We have to find some good trade.
The stakes are high, and every decision is their own.
Time and money is everything. That's how important it is.
Hit it!
Rush, move. It's all or nothing.
If we don't mine this year, we have no next year.
Jade Fever, streaming now on Outdoor.
Welcome back. The start to the 2024 academic year, scheduled to begin Monday, January 29, has been slow. Many parents and children are still running back to school errands, including settling school fees, buying uniforms, and securing spaces. Gordon Secondary School in NCD today witnessed both parents and teachers advance on the school grounds as early as 7 a.m. to check spaces for new transfer-in students.
It's a slow start to the school year for schools in the nation's capital. Calls were made to various schools in the city. Many reported that they are still doing registration and enrollment. This morning, Gordon Secondary School was still dealing with space for transfer-in students. Principal George Kenega says classes are packed and the school cannot take in any more students, especially transferring students.
We are, first 2 days, we have not really fully sorted out our grade 11s and grade 9s. They are newcomers, so we're sorting them out into their classes and then also looking at registration and things like this. So, but our grade 12s and 10s, the continuing students have already gone into classes. That is like today is the first day, and tomorrow we'll be doing the same until the end of the week.
He said the number of returning students is high, that parents seeking space for their children for grades 10 and 12 proving difficult. Staff were forced to turn them back by putting up notices of no more space.
This year we are not going to take any transfer-in students because all our classes are full. In fact, for the grade 9s, I only selected 350 students. That's enough for our students. But because there were many students in grade 8 who were eligible, they did not find any placing. We got an additional 46. And now we're going to maneuver to move those 46 around to, meaning that we have to increase the numbers. That means we will have no space.
Gordon Secondary has roughly 55 students per class. Principal Kenega said the school normally selects students from within NCD, including schools like Marinville Secondary, Kilakila and Badihagwa if they meet the requirements. This year, Gordon Secondary released 36 students to Port Moresby National High School, most of whom are top students.
Turning to the grade 9s because most of them they've not turned up yesterday. About 200 plus students did not come yesterday, so they're here today and we are attending to that. Those that came in yesterday, they've got the enrollment forms and all other requirements, they got it and have returned. But those that were not present yesterday, they're here today, so our teachers are attending to them. After we sort them out today, the grade 9s should know which classes they will be in. For those that were not present yesterday, they should know which classes they will be in, and tomorrow when they come, they go straight into their classes. And then my deputy is working on the timetable now for this week, so they shouldn't, continue with lessons. That's for the grade 9s and the 11s.
Principal Kenega stated that once all registration, enrollment, and class allocation is done, classes will kick off. Gordon Secondary School currently has over 1,000 students. Jasmine Nerujak, TVWan News.
The Gordon Secondary School Principal George Kenega emphasized that 2024 will be the year of improving results and ranking in the country. He and his staff will work hard at ensuring students and teachers commit to their timetables and lessons. According to the 2023 ranking, Gordon Secondary Grade 10 class was ranked 9th and its Grade 12 class was ranked 14 in the country.
To the students is that 2024 is our year. We want results, academic results. Grade 9s, don't wait. You must start now. Get your priorities right. Make sure you get the good results. Grade 10s and 12s, they are the ones that will carry our flag. So I told them, I am going to personally check on what they are doing every day to see that teachers are teaching, that students are learning. Two things must take place. If these two things take place, definitely we'll get results. There must be teaching taking place and there must be learning taking place. These are two things that I am now going to closely monitor. From morning lessons to afternoon, I will check to see that the teacher who is timetable to teach must be in the classroom teaching. And to make sure that patrons of those classrooms check on the student attendance and give a feedback on who is attending lessons. So We check on people who are not attending lessons. We call them out why they are not attending lessons, speak to them, tell them to get their act together. And then we also speak to the teachers who are not attending lessons. You want to teach here or you want to go?
The University of Papua New Guinea is on track for its 2024 academic year, with registrations for new intakes conducted this week. About 600 first-year students were present during the orientation ceremony at the Waigani main campus.
The 2024 UPNG orientation saw about 600 students present for the ceremony, which was a significant number compared to the previous years. Emerging from the different schools right across the country, first-year students were assisted through registration and settling of compulsory fees by respective wardens. Acting Director for UPNG Student Services, Dika Iru, was pleased to be on the ground assisting in the orientation ceremony and facilitating the overall programs.
So really orientation is about having students come, new students come in and get to know the procedures for the Chancellor and the VC to welcome them, the registrar with the senior management team, and also the deans of each schools and the rest. So the orientation goes for a week, and that's only for first-year students.
Parents, relatives, and friends were also present to provide support for the students who are to embrace the challenges of the university life that lies ahead of them. Two first-year students, Petrus and Esther, who will be studying in the Humanities Strand and Science Foundation respectively, are excited for the journey as they look forward in the different fields of study.
My name is Pedrian Petrus. I'm from Southern Highlands Province. Last year I completed my grade 12 at De La Salle Secondary School, and this is my first year in UPNC, so I'm really excited to be here. Yeah, this is gonna be my first time, so this is my dream. I mean, this is the goal that I've been setting, and I'm trying to follow it. So that's why, yeah, I'm really excited to be here.
Registrations for continuing students are to commence on Wednesday, February 7th, as well as other inquiries as new intakes are prioritized for this week.
I spent 4 years in Altrinapa Secondary School, and this year I am happy to be in UPNG to do my Science Foundation year in the School of Natural and Physical Sciences. And I'm happy to enjoy this year with you all. Thank you.
Roland Dennis, TVWan News.
Minister for Petroleum Jimmy Maladina is expected to continue the work left by his predecessor, some of which have been outstanding since 2019, according to Prime Minister James Marape. This task include landowner issues relating to PNG LNG, production sharing regime work on PNG LNG, the Pasca and Wildebeest projects, Papua LNG landowner forum, and delivering a clearer work plan on projects on the ground and upcoming.
Prime Minister James Marape has called on the new Minister for Petroleum, Jimmy Maladina, to look into the PNG LNG landowners issue so they can become beneficiaries of the project, this being said one of the core tasks. PM Marape said it was high time that the petroleum minister should deliver a clear visual plan on the use of PNG's oil and gas for the petrochemical industry, which he said has been outstanding for too long. For the Papua LNG landowner issues, Minister Maladina has been tasked with spearheading the Landowner Development Forum, which the Prime Minister has directed to take place in Kerma Town instead of Port Moresby for transparency and accountability. In a press statement, the Prime Minister remarked that the new minister has been given these clear tasks, the same tasks that were issued to the former Petroleum Minister in 2019. PM Marape says these outstanding tasks that should be looked into as soon as possible by Minister Maladina. Roland Dennis, TVWan News.
And now the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2672 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2597, $0.3901 Australian dollars, $0.2322 euro, and 37.97 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed higher except coffee, which closed the day lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TVWan News continues after the break with regional news. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up and big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Magic, the taste PNG loves.
Number one supay like money belong all member is taplong pela time more time all lusim walk pinis. One time number one super retirement savings account. Mipla can invest him na grow him money belong you. Now you can withdraw or kiss him money lo time you need him. All of him you lo make him money belong you stop long time more. Kind of same you kiss him money yet. That's all you know more work. Number one super retirement savings account. Come look in Mipla now lo save more.
Strong like you, smart like me. I hope they don't break. Now surely look his son. This is Relaxo. Strong plus Shred. Should I try them on you?
No, please. I'll take them.
Relaxo. Very strong, lasts long.
Hey, do you know that Cell Money gives you twice the digital credits you recharge when you top up your phone with Cell Money?
Yes. I have the good news. So now I put 3 kina in my phone. I receive 6 kina credit.
Well, that's why now I like to top up 5 kina. Because I receive 10 kina. And then I use my credits to call, send text, or get data.
Let's go to a digital store Cell Money agent today. Deposit money in your Cell Money wallet to top up and receive the double credit.
Dial *888# to do it all with Cell Money.
Cell Money, do it all with Cell Money.
Yeah, I only got one question. So is that all you got? Here we go. Here we go. You push harder. Is that all you got? You climb higher, faster. That was magic. 2-point crime scorer. Oh wow! Battles in. Welcome back, Michael Hooper. I only got one question. So is that all you got?
He's seen as a table legend.
That is delicious.
Join Tommy Gomes in a tasty culinary voyage.
Holy mackerel. Did I just say that? We're exploring where your quality American seafood comes from. Quality is key. The uglier the fish, the better it tastes.
Take a deep dive into America's commercial fishing culture. The Fishmonger. Streaming now on Outdoor.
Welcome back in news overseas. This year in October, Samoa will make history by becoming the first small island developing state from the Pacific to host the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. One of its attendees will be the British High Commissioner to Australia and head of Oceania Network Vicky Treadle, who is looking to amplify Pacific voices to fight climate change. 13 people have been rescued from floodwaters in southeast Queensland overnight as dangerous storms sweep through the region. Several of them were north of Brisbane in the suburb of Bray Park, where reporter Michael Rennie has the details.
The first street we went through, you could just see where the flooding had come through. There were people out on the street walking around assessing the damage. It was bin day last night, so bins were all out, and so there was rubbish scattered all throughout the area, and a lot of people just trying to clean up the mess from this water coming through. So we know of at least 5 swiftwater rescues that happened in this area earlier on today. The street I'm on here in Bray Park, the water actually got up to about this height. So this is one of the worst hit areas we've seen so far. So I don't know if you can see behind me, there's a car over here. That car actually started over this side of the road, so it was dragged across there from this flood water. That's the story with a lot of the cars on the street. They've all been damaged by this flooding. I know of an elderly couple that lives next door here who downstairs, the whole area has been flooded where they live. They live downstairs, so they've lost a lot of prized possessions for them. And look, the clean-up effort actually here this morning, though, was quite remarkable. We saw neighbours out here earlier on just picking up as much of the debris as they possibly could, putting it into bins. There was about 30 people out here involved in that, so it was, yeah, I guess a good community spirit here this morning as well, in the face of dealing with this devastation of a flood coming through here.
The whole street just suddenly flooded. We had cars floating down the road, garbage bins going everywhere. The water just came up so quickly that most people around here didn't get time. They woke up to being in water.
Now, there were some pretty heavy falls west of Brisbane as well, Michael.
Yes, that's right. So Laidley and Forest Hill, we saw emergency alerts go out for those areas. Laidley does flood quite badly. I've been there when it's been flooding through the main street of the town, and just huge amounts of water flowing through there. Not sure of what's actually happening there right now this morning, but I do know that an evacuation centre was being established at one of the local high schools for anyone that was affected by the rain that's happening out there. So rain here in the north of Brisbane, rain out west, and we do know the predictions are that we're going to see more rain throughout the day as well.
The Japanese government has begun final arrangements to host the Pacific Islands Leaders Meeting in mid-July, inviting the leaders of all 18 Pacific Island Forum members to Tokyo. At the summit, Japan plans to launch support measures based on the needs of Pacific Island countries, such as climate change countermeasures, aiming to counter China's growing influence in the region. This will be the first time in 6 years that the event will be held in person. Pacific Island countries face the threat of sea level rise caused by climate change. Japan plans to provide weather data and support such as the development of information infrastructure to aid evacuation in the event of a cyclone. A new report has found some Queenslanders are going into debt just to afford the basics due to the soaring cost of living. Analysis from the Queensland Council of Social Service found essentials like fuel, food and electricity increased more than 10% in the past year.
Cost of living pressures are biting Queenslanders more than ever.
I'm probably spending over 2/3 of my income on just bills.
To stretch the household budget further, families are turning to charities for discount groceries.
Housing, and whether it's rent or a mortgage, is the biggest challenge that families are facing. And, you know, the rising interest rates and the cost of living has just really made it so much more difficult for families to have any free money.
An annual study by the Queensland Council of Social Service found most low-income households are going into debt, with up to 40% of their income being spent on housing.
South East Queensland has become the epicentre of the cost of living crisis, with the cost of rent, electricity, insurance and healthcare all rising in a way that it isn't rising in the rest of the country.
ABS data shows the price of fuel, gas, electricity and food increased more than 10% in the past year. The Premier says he's not surprised, and on top of energy rebates and free kindy, more relief is on the way.
It's why we've taken some initial first steps, but it's also why our budget this year will be absolutely focused on addressing the cost of living.
Stephen Miles says the state government will also soon unveil a new housing plan, while the LNP made an election commitment of its own to lift the stamp duty threshold for first home buyers, but wouldn't say to what.
This threshold, which has remained stubbornly stuck at $500,000 for more than a decade, is one of the big mountains that is preventing young people from getting into the market.
I'm not too concerned about the thought bubbles you see from them.
Trading blows while Queenslanders are feeling the pinch.
A jury has heard a recorded phone call between the Wallaby star Curtly Bale and a woman who's accused him of sexually assaulting her in a Sydney pub. Bale is on trial in the New South Wales District Court, and his lawyers have insisted that everything that happened was consensual.
The jury has heard today that this call was recorded about a month after the alleged incidents at the centre of this case. So it was recorded in January 2023. Now, in the call, the complainant, who we can't identify, asks Curtly Beale if he remembers meeting her at Bondi's Beach Road Hotel about a month before, late 2022. She raises an allegation with Mr Beale that he touched her buttocks in the bar area, and she says that he was near her fiancé at the time. Mr Beale apologises for that and says he does remember. She then says that he followed her into the men's toilets and raises an allegation that he sexually assaulted her despite her repeatedly saying no. Curtly Beale, in this phone call the jury has heard, has said he misjudged the whole situation, and throughout the call he repeatedly apologises to the complainant. At one point in the recording he asks her, "Are you recording?" She says no, and then he begins to talk about the fact that he's worried that she may take things further. The woman tells him that she needs time to process things. So Curtly Beale has pleaded not guilty to one count of sexual intercourse without consent and 2 counts of sexual touching without consent. And this call has been played in the context of the complainant's evidence, so it is still quite early in this trial.
Right, and what's the jury heard from Mr Beale's lawyers so far?
Well, last week we heard some opening addresses, and we heard briefly from his defence counsel, Margaret Caneen SC. She's told the jurors that in regards to the allegation of a sexual touch, that the touching was fleeting, and even a fleeting touch on or near the complainant couldn't be regarded as a criminal touch. In relation to the allegations of the toilet cubicle, Ms Caneen said that everything that happened was consensual, and she said it was initiated by the complainant. And Ms Caneen also raised this recorded telephone call last week. She told the jury that at no time over a lengthy call did Mr Beale concede that at any time he believed the complainant was not consenting. So Ms Caneen has overall urged the jury to keep an open mind.
And that ends the news segment. Over to you, Rex.
Thanks, Maricela. You're watching TVWan News. Join me for your sports news after these short messages.
Get ready for more! Digicel's new Big Plus Supersized Data Plans. Now with more options, more plans, and more time. Choose from our daily plans, now valid for 24 hours, weekly plans, or even a monthly plan from our suite of Big Plus Supersized Data Plans. All with more data and starting from as low as 1 kina. Yes, you heard right. What's up, us all? Yes, yeah! Only Digicel's Big Plus Supersized Data Plans gives you more. Activate today on My Digicel app or dial *675# only with Digicel.
Daniela, why no kaya rin mo si drive up so ito pa can pass around round?
How dare you!
Digicel's TV's 80 channel plus 5 Filipino plan keeps you entertained with 80 channels of world-class entertainment plus 5 Filipino channels for you to follow more of your favorite Filipino drama non-stop. That's right, you'll always keep up with your favorite Filipino dramas.
It's game over for you.
When is she going to stop making up stories? Margaret, that's enough.
Oh, this is my only chance to get my daughter back.
What are you talking about, Pina?
Gael.
Subscribe to a 80 channel plus 5 Filipino Digicel prepaid pack, 1, 7, 14 or 30-day plan, and enjoy 80 channel of world-class entertainment plus 5 channels of Filipino dramas. Dial *515# to subscribe now. Digicel TV. More channels, more choice, more value.
For sportsmen and women, the internet can be a dangerous place. Filled with crackpots, show-offs, pranksters, and troublemakers.
It's time to go viral, America. You going?
So we compiled the greatest clips from the great outdoors and called it Viral Outdoors.
Watch mixed martial arts, only on Fight Sports.
We all know what one motivated radical can do. So let's cowboy up, get it done, and get home to our families.
You don't understand what you're doing. I'm trying to save lives. This is only about money.
He's gonna come after you with everything he's got.
I'm going home. The Contractor premieres Saturday 9 p.m. on Warner TV.
Rising rookie late Tiger center and PNG Hunters prospect Robert Matthias remains hopeful after making an impression in Block 1 of the pre-season training program. The Western Highlander has again defied all odds to return to camp for Block 2 of the reduced Hunters' likely squad for the 2024 Host Plus Cup season.
The Hunters' pre-season workouts promising Hagen athlete Robert Matthias remains level-headed and optimistic about making the Hunters' final squad. Born into a Seventh-day Adventist family, Robert's early upbringing was mostly focused on religious activities and education. He only played rugby during the Christmas holidays but never took it seriously. After completing his secondary education, Robert transited to the Lae University of Technology to study accounting. His involvement in the University Chancellor's Cup Rugby League competition and the Ipetas Cup was able to rekindle Robert's vibe for the game. His talent caught the eyes of the Mioc scouts, who then slated him into the 2022 pre-season squad but withdrew after the team relocated back to Wabeg before he got a call-up to the Tigers in 2021.
Go begin 2020 Christmas and we play Ipetas Cup and we first selected by all Miocs. Mi go present on them all 21. I'm all install Lae, Mr. on them all. You go na bien not been told a move go begin lo Wabeg or camp and so school too install Lae so me had now brought to me stop again and me stop and me just continue to play. And me put a goal do me lo like at least go and sell on la DCL Cup team lo Lae. And then lo 21 me can play Vice Chancellor's Cup lo year one to PNG. Me go begin all Tigers see me. And year 22 I missed on the Tigers, but me never plan the game, we been go first time too. But at least we been play Sala 5 block game lo 22 season. And then last year 23 I'm all season we go first start, so we complete this season, we play all games.
Robert modestly attributed his early rugby league influences to his seniors and predecessors, Roderick Tai and Jacody Bire, for setting the platform and pathway for him and other upcoming talents to follow.
Junior blame the school, so me being in footstep blame one time. Jacody Bire to learn them in school one time, so me learn the school late. So me been in like movement go to out to start school and then go to games na slide and to blame one good black jumbo like me been in now. I make him stop na same person to play to learn and play na me stuff, yeah.
While training has been hard and intense, the battle for positions in the team continues this week, leading up to the Hunters' final trial on Saturday, February 3, before a final squad of 30 will be announced. With the center position is still up for grabs, Robert is ready for the stiff challenge as he's up against other quality candidates in Junior Igila, Kent Lama and the like.
Salah belum first time bela line plan ini bela sandi ni bela try bela adapt plan the challenges but as me bela line through nam bela pick up nam bela flow one time all senior boys nam bela come and challenges like amo competition bela plan di like in a position bela plan di 4-5 man game da come but me bela no challenge every session and me bela compete gonna.
After this weekend's trial, the PNG Hunters will shift their focus to next week's pre-season away trial match against Capras in Rockhampton, Queensland. Terry Longwood, TVWan Sports.
The battle for supremacy in the Southern Confederate Club Championships continued today at the Mosby South Stadium. 22 teams representing the 8 affiliates in the Southern region competed in the senior men, under-20 men's and open women's. The winners will advance to the next elimination, with the top 3 to represent Southern at the PNG RFL National Club Championships in Lae next week.
The Southern Confederate Club Championships elimination rounds continued today at the Mosby Southside Stadium, Calgary. In the under-20 playoff, Calgary Seagulls went down to Hola Flies 8-4, while in the senior men, Port Moresby Suburban champions Mountain Bulls succumbed to a very physical Mosby Southside champions Gabutu Dragons 13-6. Dragons' win today earns them the right to represent the Southern Zone at the PNG RFL National Club Championships in Lae, tentatively set for this weekend. PNG RFL Development Officer Indy Verena said although Kerema and Delta Flies of Daro did not participate, the 3 main contenders were PRL, UPNG and Mosby South, which culminated in a grand final today at the Mosby Southside Stadium.
4 games were played at Mosby South, and the other 4 games played at National Football Stadium. So out of the 4 games that were played for both under-20 and senior men divisions, it happens to be today we witnessed the grand finals, which was between the winners at PRL for the under-20 side was Hola Flies, and the winners at Calgary for the under-20 side was Calgary Seagulls. So today, after the games today, Hola Flies defeated Calgary Seagulls with 8 points to 4. And also with the senior men divisions, for the Mosby South games, it was the Gabutu Dragons that advanced, and also at NFS we had Mountain Bulls that advanced. So the grand final today also saw Gabutu Dragons defeating Mountain Bulls at 13 points to 6. So that's just an update for the Southern Conference Club Championships.
Verena has confirmed that 3 teams, Hola Flies in the under-20, Paga Panthers in the women's, and Gabutu Dragons in the senior men, will now represent Southern Confederate at the National Club Championships next weekend.
So it now sees 3 teams that are going to advance for the championship round at Lae. So our women's side, we have Paga Panthers of Mosby Rugby League, and the under-20 side is going to be Hola Flies of Port Moresby Rugby League, and for the senior men's side we see Gabutu Dragons, which is for the senior men's side for Mosby South, that's going to represent Southern at the National Club Championships.
Terry Longwood, TVWan Sports.
PNG Rugby Union President Paul Siwi is optimistic after submitting a proposal to the national government regarding a formal intercity rugby competition in the country. Siwi said he hasn't received any feedback yet, but remains positive. He said while this is up to the government, to assist them run the competition. He will meet with provincial rugby union associations to get the formalities of the competition ready. Once he receives a favourable response from the government, they will go ahead with the competition. The purpose of the intercity rugby union competition is to provide an opportunity for exposure and also ensures they are getting paid for their services, because currently rugby players are not paid. This is a step towards preparing PNG rugby team for the 2027 Rugby World Cup in Australia. Capital Rugby Union in Port Moresby, through its off-field development and personal growth program, has sent Kenneth Vaghi to Australia to work and play in one of the Tier 2 competitions in New South Wales. This is a breakthrough for the code in contrast to rugby league in recent years. Rugby league and rugby union alike in Papua New Guinea have been all about creating pathways for players in PNG to secure contracts overseas and make a good life out of their sporting career. The games have evolved over time and saw a handful of homegrown rugby league players making strides abroad in Australia and England's rugby league competitions, securing full-time contracts. Rugby union has gone one step further in giving its players the opportunity to secure employment abroad and play rugby as well. Capital Rugby Union, through its off-field development and personal growth program, has sent Kenneth Vaghi, who plays for University Piggies, to Australia, where he will be working as an industrial service provider at mine site Margie, New South Wales, Australia. Kenneth travelled to Australia on 27th January 2024. While working there, Kenneth will be playing for Margie Wombats, who compete at the New Holland Agriculture Cup, a Tier 2 competition in the Central West District Rugby Union. In addition to providing employment and playing opportunities in Australia, the CRU also wants to expose its players to new life experiences which will help motivate them to change their outlook towards life. The CRU has worked closely with Australia through the Pacific Australia Labour Mobility Scheme to make this program happen. Meantime, a couple of other players, coaches and match officials have been shortlisted under this program to follow Kenneth. That's all we have in sports. Over to Maricela.
We'll now have the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern, isolated showers and thunderstorms with windy conditions. Port Moresby, partly cloudy. Possible brief showers. Alotau, a few showers. Momase, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Lake, cloudy with possible brief showers and thunderstorm. Wewak, cloudy periods with possible brief showers. New Guinea Islands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Buka will experience some showers and possible thunderstorms. Highlands, isolated showers and thunderstorms. Most Highlands provinces are cloudy with possible showers. Coral Sea, seas rough with northwest winds of 25 to 33 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas slight with west to northwest winds of 10 to 15 knots. Waters of Samari Island to Cape Bogle and all Milling Bay Islands, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along strong wind warning areas. Waters of Finchafan to Vitia Strait to CSE Long Islands, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters, rising to 3 meters at times. Borders of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands, to Kerma to Yule Island to Hood Point to Samari Islands, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along strong wind warning areas. And that ends this edition of TVWan News. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TVWan News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.